Well, U.S. Senator Jon Husted testified in the FirstEnergy corruption trial this morning. This is a story that our team here at News 5 has been following for years. Company executives are accused of bribing politicians with millions to get a billion-dollar bailout, and two of which are on trial right now.
While Senator Husted hasn't been accused of any wrongdoing, the defense called him to testify. Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trow is live with us tonight. Morgan, what was the courtroom like today?
Yeah, Katie, David, U.S. Senator Jon Husted remained calm during the entire hour that he testified, but he wanted to make it clear that he was not there to help the defense.
Are you happy to be here?
Thrilled.
U.S. Senator Jon Husted took the stand by Zoom from Washington, testifying in a trial related to the largest public corruption scheme in state history.
Are you here in defense of them?
No.
Former FirstEnergy executives Chuck Jones and Mike Dowling are accused of paying former Public Utilities Commission Chair Sam Randazzo $4.3 million in bribes, along with $60 million spent to pass House Bill 6. HB 6 provided a billion-dollar bailout for their struggling company, which raised utility prices.
I was asked to be here to give answers to questions.
Questions that Husted fielded for about an hour, with the defense arguing that FirstEnergy never meant to bribe Randazzo, who is now dead. He was previously a consultant for clients who worked with FirstEnergy. The defense said that FirstEnergy was simply paying Randazzo settlement funds owed to clients, but he stole that money. The attorney argued that Husted and Governor Mike DeWine were the ones who wanted Randazzo in power, not FirstEnergy, who wanted someone else.
They were advocating for Jason Rayfeld.
But Husted said that Randazzo became his choice.
Sam Randazzo was an attorney who represented utilities, who represented consumers. He was considered an industry expert.
Prosecutors said when it was clear that Randazzo was the top candidate, FirstEnergy moved quickly to back him, pointing out behind-the-scenes connections the defendants had with Randazzo, like the $4 million bribe. Husted also said he likely would not have supported Randazzo if he knew about FirstEnergy's involvement.
I wouldn't want Ohioans to think that the person your administration selected for the job of PUCO chair had secret financial relationships with one of these regulated utilities, would you?
I would not.
You wouldn't tolerate a chair compromised by secret financial dealings with a utility they regulate, would you?
I would not, and I'm sure the governor would not either.
But while watching the trial, we actually noticed some differences between Husted's testimony and public documents. At 6, hear what a legal expert has to say about those potential discrepancies.
Okay, Morgan Trow reporting live for us tonight from our Columbus Bureau. We look forward to your update at 6.